We're here today to request that the City Council of Portland withdraw the City of Portland from its involvement in the JTTF, the Joint Terrorism Task Force. Several of us will be testifying before City Council today. We're also going to be submitting a letter signed by 23 advocacy organizations that calls on Portland to withdraw the 2 full-time Portland Police Bureau officers who work as part of the JTTF and work under the authority of the FBI, and also to cancel the Memorandum of Understanding with the JTTF. We make this request because we understand that the JTTF entangles local law enforcement in practices that violate state laws, numerous state laws that protect our civil liberties and our civil rights. If Portland is to live up to its values of justice, equality, fairness, transparency, and adequate oversight of government, the JTTF is not the place for Portland to be. Portland needs to disentangle itself from the JTTF. The Constitution and the fundamental civil liberties of Americans should not be compromised in the name of national security. We can't protect freedom by undermining freedom.
I'm here today because what's happening today has everything to do with this. What's happening here today is everything to what happened to us 75 years ago. 75 years ago, the Portland City Council called for the complete removal of all Japanese from the city of Portland. And you know what was the reasoning behind this? It was fear of the Japanese menace, fear of sabotage. So there was no actual concrete evidence that any of this was happening. It was all because of racism and the feeling that the Japanese were a foreign race. They could not be assimilated into America, and you could not tell who was loyal or not loyal. So I'm here today to say this is happening again. We are having the same issues. It's a different, the words are different, the targeted group is different, but the feelings are the same, and this should never happen again. We were banned too.
Today, the federal government and the president seek to target and exclude Muslims. And the city of Portland has traditionally been a city that has tried to be more inclusive. The president's pro-supremacist and anti-black, anti-Hispanic has spiked dramatically the increase in the number of attacks on these susceptible groups. A perfect example is the recent MAX train stabbing prompted by the targeting of 2 Muslim girls by a known white supremacist. So the question we ask ourselves today, as we've asked ourselves in the past, is do we want to be a more inclusive city or a more repressive, exclusionary city? The federal government has asked us to provide resources and personnel to help them investigate a witch hunt, if you will, on our ethnic minorities and immigrants by way of the Joint Terrorism Task Force, and at the same time have threatened us to withdraw federal funding if we declare to be a sanctuary city.
Here is the simple fact. If you do not know what your police officers are involved, then you should not be authorizing your police officers' involvement on the JTTF. As a Muslim American, as an immigrant, as a refugee person, it concerns me that our city council will not consider that in the Trump era, that the Muslim community, immigrant refugees are targeted, and simply because who they are.
No human being is illegal. However, if you're an American Muslim, you might feel like you are. Especially if you're in a city where the JTTF is active. Today, CARE Oregon is joining a coalition of groups to ask the city of Portland to withdraw from participation in the Joint Terrorism Task Force. Earlier this year, Mayor Wheeler affirmed Portland's commitment to being a sanctuary city. With the city participating in the JTTF, we have to ask, who is this city sanctuary to? It's not a sanctuary when you have PPP officers in your mosque for outreach about hate crimes, and instead, they may actually be an intelligence mission for the JTTF. This is a time where PPP badly needs to regain the trust of the communities that they serve. And withdrawing from the JTTF is one important way to earn back that trust.